Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're doing something pretty exciting. We are going to completely demystify entrepreneurship. We're going to strip away all that complex jargon, the supposed need for venture capital, and those fleeting viral social media trends. Instead, we're looking at how incredibly profitable businesses are actually hiding right in plain sight. We're going to walk through a highly practical blueprint of simple side hustles that real people are using to generate a second deposit in their bank accounts every single month, often without their full-time employers even knowing.
Okay, let's dive into this. Look at this number, $30,000. I mean, that's a pretty intimidating figure, right? Well, it happens to be the average cost to start a business in this country, at least according to the U.S. Small Business Administration. When most of us think about starting a business, this number right here is the massive, false barrier to entry that holds people back. We kind of get tricked into thinking we need to drain on life savings or take out a massive loan just to get off the starting line. But honestly, that is simply not the whole truth.
Let's quickly pivot to the reality on the ground, because that exact same SBA report reveals that a massive one-third of all small businesses in the U.S. actually start for under $5,000. In fact, a huge percentage of home-based businesses are launched for between just $2,000 and $5,000. So the data absolutely proves that you do not need a massive loan to get moving. You really just need the right strategy.
And the incentive to just get started is huge. Just wrap your head around this staggering number, $84.1 billion. That is the amount of monthly extra income generated by Americans outside their main jobs right now. That's a billion with a B. It completely proves that the market for selling something small every single day is incredibly massive, and it's highly, highly active.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the breakdown from a recent Omnisend survey. This $84 billion, it isn't just a bunch of people dabbling for fun. A full 80% are doing this to cover real everyday expenses, compared to just 20% who say they're doing it for a passion or hobby. This tells us something absolutely vital. If you aren't participating in this economy, you are literally leaving money exactly where it is, in someone else's pocket.
Section 1. Zero Barrier Service Hustles.
So, these 4 home services are absolute low-cost gold mines. For a mobile car wash, you only need about $150 to $300. The pro tip here, spend $15 on a 2-compartment bucket. Use one for soap, one for rinsing. It stops you from scratching the paint with dirty water, and trust me, car-savvy customers notice this immediately. Moving on to house cleaning, which costs under $100 to start, by the way. You don't compete on price, you compete on trust. Just leave a standard checklist of what you cleaned stuck right on their fridge. It completely eliminates arguments and builds that crucial trust. With lawn care, a cheap used mower gets you in, but the real secret is grouping your clients geographically. If you can get 5 houses on the exact same street, you maximize your hourly pay because you aren't wasting time driving around. And for pressure washing, always bundle the driveway, sidewalk, and patio together. The client perceives way more value, and you optimize a single visit.
But here's the thing. Not all businesses even require a few $100. These $0 startup hustles rely entirely on trust and relationships. Take dog walking. Sure, you can use platforms to find clients initially, but the brilliant move is offering a discount to pull those app-based clients into direct recurring contracts after a few weeks. For tutoring, offering a short 20-minute free trial connects you with the student without you having to give away a whole hour of your time for free. With local photography, try approaching small businesses and offer them edited photos in a recurring monthly package. It turns a one-off gig into a predictable subscription. And organizing mail for seniors? Incredibly profitable. You can actually charge $20 to $35 an hour for this. The absolute key to maintaining trust here is keeping a reassuring physical logbook of everything you've done just for the family to review.
Now, if you want to upgrade your income, you can develop slightly more specialized skills. Auto detailing, for instance, is a fantastic premium upgrade to the standard car wash. Practice on your family's cars first, and then partner directly with used car lots for a steady volume of work. For home organizing, which absolutely exploded after the pandemic, you can bring affordable storage containers and labels to upsell right there on the spot. And with just a $50 toolkit and some free online tutorials, you can easily do phone repairs. The ultimate trust builder that wins you business over your competitors, offering a simple 7 to 14-day warranty on your work. It puts people right at ease.
Section 2. Food, Goods, and Rentals. Let's talk about food, because food margins are incredibly favorable if you know what you're doing. A mobile coffee cart can yield massive returns. I mean, you're literally taking a 30-cent cup of coffee and selling it for $4 or $5. The secret to making this work is maintaining a really rigid schedule, like being outside a busy gym at 7 a.m. sharp every single day so you become part of your customer's routine. For weekly meal prep, the trick is batch cooking the exact same proteins for all your clients at once to multiply your scale.
And for small event prep, think birthdays or office gatherings under cottage food laws, you've got to demand a 50% upfront deposit when the event is confirmed. It completely protects your time and your ingredients.
Then there is flipping and creating goods. Did you know reselling secondhand clothing on platforms like Poshmark is now the most common category for extra online income? The trick to standing out is to always shoot the clothes in natural light against a neutral background. They just sell so much faster. If you're propagating and selling houseplants, make sure to include a small care card with every single plant. It stops returns from first-time buyers who inevitably don't know how to water them. And for artisan candles, you can massively boost your margins by packaging them into seasonal holiday bundles. That's when people care about price the absolute least.
You can also make your idle assets work for you. Got a pressure washer just gathering dust in the garage? Rent it out on peer-to-peer apps. Just make sure you require a photo deposit beforehand to protect yourself against damage. Or consider a pickup and delivery laundry service. You can charge $1.50 to $2.50 a pound using local coin-operated machines to start. But remember this absolutely crucial tip. You must meticulously label every single bag. Mixing up clothes between clients is the #1 mistake that will instantly destroy trust in this business.
Section 3. Strategies for scaling up. And this brilliantly illustrates how almost every successful hustle follows a recurring revenue model. Step 1. Tell your first 2 or 3 clients you'll give them a half-price launch discount in exchange for letting you take before and after photos for your portfolio. Step 2. Use those visual results to build irrefutable trust with new clients. And Step 3, which is really the holy grail here, upsell those occasional customers into predictable fixed-price monthly packages. That is exactly how you stabilize your income so you aren't constantly chasing new gigs.
Which brings us to what might genuinely be the ultimate hustle on the blueprint. Vending machines. It is kind of amazing that such a traditional business model is still so highly effective today. But listen, you absolutely must do this in the correct order. You have to secure a high-traffic location first by offering the business owner a percentage of your sales. Only after you have that location locked down do you go and buy a used machine, which usually runs about $500 to $1,200. Once it's running, meticulously log your top sellers, adjust the inventory, and use those completely passive profits to buy your next machine.
Section 4. The Perfection Trap. I love this quote from author Morgan Housel. It perfectly frames this up. People don't change what they need. They only change how they get it. This should completely reframe your mindset. Think about it. The need to have a lawn mowed, a dog walked, or a house cleaned, that never goes away. People are always going to pay for these things. Success here is not about inventing some completely original, never-before-seen tech idea. It's simply about execution.
Take the story of Daniel versus Alex. Both of these guys wanted extra income 2 years ago. Daniel, well, he spent 8 months researching the perfect tech business. He ended up losing $4,000 on dropshipping ads for products he'd literally never even touched, and he ended up with 0 clients. He was completely paralyzed by the perfection trap. Alex, on the other hand, bought a boring used $120 lawnmower, started knocking on doors, and within 6 months, he was making a consistent $900 a month. That simple, boring hustle eventually funded the down payment for his car. Alex won because he took action.
So, I want to leave you with this final, provocative question. Which of these 20 businesses are you going to start this week? Stop waiting for the perfect, glamorous idea to just fall into your lap. Look at the resources, the time, and the tools you already have available right now. Pick one simple hustle from this blueprint and take real action this week. Thanks so much for exploring this blueprint with me today. I absolutely cannot wait to see what you build.